That's love, man. That's a beautiful thing.
Kendrick Lamar is known for being a super private person. No one knows what really goes on in his personal life, which might be why not many people are aware that he's engaged. What's more, he's been engaged for quite a while now. So who is Kendrick's fiancée and when did they get together? Without wasting any time, let's dive straight into it. Kendrick's fiancée is named Whitney Alford. She was born on May 12, 1986, and she's actually from the same hometown as Kendrick, Compton, California. This is the place where everything began for both of them. Kendrick and Whitney met while they were still in high school, and they hit it off right off the bat, according to People. In an interview he did a while back, Kendrick talked about how most people he has in his corner right now have been there since day one. Apparently, he isn't in the business of abandoning the people close to him the higher he gets. Rather, he wants to honor them. Although Kendrick and Whitney have been together for quite a while now, not much is known about their relationship, other than the fact that they made their official debut as a couple at the 2014 Grammy Awards. They got engaged a few months after this in 2015. And they actually have 2 kids together. Their first child, a daughter named Uzi, was born sometime in 2019. And their second, a son named Enoch, was born not too long after that. But no one actually knows the exact date of birth of either child, as Kendrick and Whitney are yet to reveal anything about it. And that's the thing, really. Kendrick is so private that the only time he actually reveals stuff about what goes on in his relationship with Whitney is when he writes his songs. And this has been going on for a really long time. According to GQ, the first love song Kendrick ever wrote for Whitney was She Needs Me from his 2009 mixtape, the Kendrick Lamar EP. In the song, he spoke about a woman who's just flawless and no other woman in the world is like her. And then he went on to talk about how his parents are 100% in support of his relationship with this woman and how in love he is with her and her confidence. In the first part of the song, Kendrick made it seem like this mystery woman had struck gold meeting him. But as the song continued, this started to change. And by the time the last beat played, it became pretty obvious that Kendrick was the one that fell hard first. And over time, he realized that he just couldn't live without this mystery woman. Back then, no one knew about Kendrick and Whitney's romance or how long they'd been together. But if you do the math, the timeline of their relationship syncs up pretty smoothly with this song. Let me explain. After graduating from high school in 2005, Whitney attended California State University, where she ended up graduating with a degree in accounting. And in the first verse of his song, Kendrick can be heard talking about how his mystery woman is an accounting major who works at a firm. So it all just makes sense. But She Needs Me wasn't the only song on Kendrick's 2009 mixtape in which he gave us the tea about his and Whitney's relationship. He showed us a whole new side of them on the bonus track, Determined. In this one, he talked about how Whitney helped keep him in check on days when his confidence failed him and he couldn't carry himself, and on days when he needed to be called to order. Whitney was also there to sit him down and let him know he was messing up. In an interview he did a while back, he revealed that Whitney is the only person with the power to call him out on anything, whether that involves life in general or his career. His lyrics simply imply that without Whitney, he probably wouldn't be where he is today. Although Kendrick and Whitney's relationship might sound like a fairy tale, it hasn't been without its fair share of ups and downs, especially when it comes to infidelity. You see, Kendrick hasn't just been singing about how great his relationship with Whitney is, he's also spoken about the struggles he has faced in being faithful to Whitney. In his song, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, he opened up about how he struggles with his urges to cheat. And sometimes these urges get the better of him and he ends up doing things that he regrets and things that put a strain on his relationship with Whitney. But apparently over time, he's learned to control himself better and he's working on becoming a better person for her. It's not clear if Kendrick has really kept to his word, considering how private he and Whitney are. I mean, if Kendrick steps out on his relationship and doesn't make music about it, we probably won't even know about it. That's how private Kendrick and Whitney are. And since Kendrick hasn't sung about his infidelity in a while, everyone just assumes that it's something he and Whitney have both put behind them. But that might not be the case. Recently, Drake decided to open old wounds and insinuate that Kendrick isn't the changed man he claims he is. Although Drake and Kendrick have been feuding for the better part of the last decade, they both decided to take things to the next level with their recent diss tracks against each other. First, there was Drake, who released Push-Ups, in which he accused Kendrick of being a cheater. And then, when he released Family Matters, he also accused Kendrick of being a harmful partner. It seems like Drake might have gotten some tea on Kendrick, but Kendrick wasn't going to just sit down and take it. He decided to throw his own low blows after seeing that his family was getting dragged into all of this. In his song, Meet the Grams, he accused Drake of having a secret child while calling him a terrible father. Other than Drake's diss tracks, there hasn't really been any other news on Kendrick's alleged infidelity and harm allegations. And considering they were in a feud, Drake might have just been saying all those things to one-up Kendrick. So it makes a lot of sense why people aren't taking what Drake said about Kendrick too seriously. But what if he was right? What if Kendrick and Whitney's relationship isn't exactly perfect? Should we be worried for Whitney? What do you guys think? Did you know about Kendrick's relationship with Whitney? And what do you make of Drake's songs? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below.